Hey y'all, Big Wooly here, and welcome back to episode 18 of our FTB Skies Expert Let's Play. So in today's episode, we are going to summon our second tier of Djinn Crusher that decays more slowly, and also has a higher chance of giving us more ores, doubling our ores or better in most cases. So we're going to get him taken care of, and we're also going to go through some of the stuff with regards to the simulation matrix, prediction matrix, all of those things having to do with hostile neural networks today. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so In Between Wooly was successful with one of the things I said I was going to do at last episode, which was get all of the data models. I got all of them to basic, with the exception of the one we actually really need the most, which was spiders, but everything else I had good luck getting farmed. And you'll notice if we look at these all say basic, which means we can actually use them to generate drops. This requires a ton of power though. So I don't want to go down that power generation road until I get our Djinn done, because I know it requires some crushed ores, and I don't want to use all of the crushed ores that I need to get the tier 2 one and have to make another tier 1. So let's start with the Djinn Crusher. Now that we've gone over what happened, our last friend has since gone into the great beyond. But he did crush all of the things we needed him to crush before he left us. Wow, my netherite gear has taken a beating. I'm going to need to get that repaired. So in the last episode, I hinted to the fact that I had linked up some of these storage lecterns. So you'll see, here we are out here. I actually have access to all of my storage from the main island with this storage lectern. Setting this up is real easy. Let's cover it real quick. Just grab out your Dominion wand. You're going to need to make a couple because they will only go 30 something blocks. I don't actually remember the number, but to get this connected, what I had to do is I had to actually come down here underneath, and I had to hide one right here to bridge the gap because it was not far enough for me to have it in the middle of the island. But this is close enough. If you look, there's our storage right over there. This was close enough that I was able to link this one to the one on the main island. And to do that, you just simply right click. You'll see it says position set. We go to our other one and we right click again, and it'll tell you that those two are linked. And now that one on that end can see anything that's tied to your main storage lectern. This allowed us to be able to then place this one here, link it in the same manner, and it links back to our main island, and we can get to everything. Now, I thought that maybe I would be able to link these with bookworms on this end and add storages, and it just be universal, but it doesn't work that way. If you add a bookworm here and link it to anything, it severs the link to the other one, even though it shows that it's linked, and then you can't see the stuff that you link here in any of the other ones, and you can't see the other stuff in this one. So this is why we had to move all of our pedestals back over there, even though we were originally planning to have them under the island here. But it does make it convenient for us when we're out here and we need something. No more running back over there. And I imagine, as long as we don't run into lag issues or anything of the sort, but we're in single player, so it shouldn't be too bad. I imagine that I will probably be putting these all around the base on the different islands as we continue to expand and progress in the pack. So let's get this ritual cleared out and get our next one going. I won't make you guys watch it, as you've seen me clear one before. With this all cleared out, there is one thing we do need to do. We need to make our purple chalk. So I went ahead and made us another white chalk. That's going to get us our impure purple. You actually get the obsidian dust we need as a quest reward, and then the crushed endstone from our crusher guy we made a couple episodes ago. Then this is going to be the same as all of the other chalks. To make it legit, we just toss it into Spirit Fire. And there we have it. Quest complete, purple chalk. Now we're going to be able to draw this next tier Djinn Crusher, which needs Ophinx's Calling, or something like that is what it's called. Let's grab out our Dictionary of Spirits. Okay, did I put it in here? Found it. And we're going to do the same thing we've done as the other ones. We're going to find the ritual, center it on our little pedestal, and this will give us a layout and show us what we need to draw. So it looks like we're going to need some white chalk for this one too. And some skeleton skulls, which we got, I think, from looting in the nether. And then it looks like any candle, a total of 8. So down with the purple chalk. Skeleton skulls. Remember, skeleton skulls actually place based on the direction the player's facing, so you can turn them. Kinda nifty. It's great for decorating. And then we need 8 candles. So we'll go 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's actually neat. These appear to emit some light, even though they're not lit up, which is kind of cool. And then it looks like our bowls could have stayed where they were. Let's put those down. And what are we missing? What does it say I'm missing? Did I miss a chalk somewhere? Invalid pentacle. White chalk. We're missing a... Oh, yep. See? There we missed a white chalk. There we have it. So now, for the ritual we need for our Djinn crusher. So let's look that up real quick together. Crusher. Djinn crusher. We need gold dust, copper dust, silver dust, and iron dust. So let's grab the dust. And then those just go like with the other rituals, right around the edge. And the last thing we're going to need is our Djinn book. So let's look up that one. We need the Book of Calling Djinn, which requires this. Need green dye. There we have it. Then, just like with every other one of these here demons, we need our spirit. Dictionary of Spirits, where'd we put it? There we go. We got to give a spirit to our Djinn book. And then place it in the middle. So this is going to get us the second tier of the crusher guy. Just going to be a little bit faster to crush stuff for us. And he will be able to hang out here and continue to crush the ores that we need crushed. And all of those sorts of things. I don't know exactly how long he lasts, but it says that the decay is not as swift. So hopefully he'll last us a while. And there you have it. Our tier 2 Djinn crusher. Ooh, he looks different. This guy looks kind of mean. All right, you got to get out of the middle of my summoning circle, dude. You belong over here by the item collector. Right there. Sweet. Let me go find you some stuff to crunch on. We got ores in here. Ore. Or raw. Raw. Cool. Let's give you this aluminum to just... Yeah, can you do this for me? Whoa, he is faster. And he gave us 3 from that first one. He's given us 3 from each one. Heck yeah, so you'll see him hanging out for as long as he hangs out, and when he disappears, I'll let you guys know how long he lasted. So for the next thing today, we got our purple chalk. We're going to clear that out. The Djinn crusher, we got that out. Let's go over the loot fabricator, the simulation matrix, or simulation chamber, and the prediction matrices. These are all the things for hostile neural networks. They're things we need so that we can actually automate our diesel. I need a steady source of spider's eye, and they just don't come in from the mob farm enough. And yeah, I think we can make a spider spawner through Pneumaticraft maybe. So if I continue to have trouble, I may go that route, but hopefully before too long, I will be able to get all of that together and, you know, get us spiders coming in. But I will show you guys how to do all of this, and in case you have better luck in your world or you make the deep learner sooner than I did. First thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to just make a bunch of stuff, as with most mods. Now, I did all of it without you, but let's go over what you need. You're going to need a couple of diamonds to make your loot fabricator. You don't need as many of these as you do the simulation chambers. The simulation chamber is basic stuff, redstone comparators, glass panes. You'll need some nether quartz, but those are all things that we've all made up together to this point together. And then once again, this is stuff we've all made: glass panes, clay, gold, and iron for the prediction matrices. Not quite to where we can automate that yet. I'm still trying to figure out if we have any auto crafting in any of these early storages. So far, I haven't really found anything. I went ahead and made these simulation chambers just to make sure we would have them, but we're going to have a problem with them. And I know that already ahead of time because we just don't have enough power yet. We are not to the next tier of power that is going to allow us to progress, which is a magnet that we're going to turn with the diesel generators to make RF, I think is the path they would like for us to take for power. So I'm going to show you how to set all these up, but I am not going to be able to leave them running simply because we don't have the power to do it. So, and here is an example of when I need one of those storage out there. Let's see, it's a duct, right? Flux duct. There we go. Okay, gonna grab out some flux duct, which is just our early cabling here. And then we're gonna come off the top here just for showing you guys this. It's not gonna be a permanent setup, but we will come off the top here and let's go like that. And like that. And like that. Now, first piece is the simulation chamber. In the simulation chamber, you are going to need to place a couple of things. You're going to need to place your data model for the mob that you want to produce drops from, and you are going to need to place prediction matrices. Now, to do this, you just right-click on it. Once it's got power, as you can see, it's got a huge power buffer, so it's probably going to pretty much drain our generators here while it's filling up. And then you're going to need to put in the data model of the one you want to farm. Now, sugar is one of the other things we really need a lot of for it. So since sugar is a witch drop, I think we can make it from their matrix, from their predictions, but I am not 100% certain. Don't quote me on that. And then you toss in the matrix, and this thing is just going to run. You see how it says basic. Every time it runs, this model accuracy is going to go up. The more it goes up, the more likely you are to get a loot prediction for the specific mob you're trying to farm. Otherwise, you're going to get, as you'll see here, you're going to get a generalized prediction for the biome that it belongs to. Overworld, Nether, Ender are the three generalized predictions I think we get. And those can be used to craft other things. You're going to need to vacate these from the simulation chambers somehow. Really, the easiest filterable one is let's see, I don't think I have an item filter on me, but I thought I saw some of these. Yeah. These item transporters and fluid transporters from Industrial Foregoing, that is our early filtered item moving and whatnot. So you should be able to use some of those on a couple of faces here to get your stuff in and out. When I get my setup automated, I will show you guys how it ends up looking for me. And then hopefully we can get, from one of these, we can get a actual prediction here, and I can show you what we do with those in the loot fabricator. Now, I made enough of these, even though we are not going to have enough power to sustain this, but I will try to set these up real quick. So, got 4 in here. Power is, as I said, going to be the issue. And didn't quite get us to the usable spider one yet, but when we do get to the spider one, we will be able to put it in here, and you'll be able to see it. But as you can see, we don't really have enough power, so it's trying to start them, but just robbing us of our power currently. We have to wait on some of these other buffers to fill up enough, but it looks like we haven't gotten a single prediction yet. So I will sit here and watch this and be right back once we get one so I can show you the loot fabricator. There we have it, y'all. Looks like we got 2 witch predictions. Ooh, we've got a skelly prediction, a zombie prediction, that'll be nice. That'll let me show you guys how it sort of works. So let's grab out these predictions here from the ones that did produce us some. We're going to come over here to our loot fabricator, which I went ahead and plugged in so it could start building up some power. When you put one of these in to here, it's going to give you a choice of what you want it to make. Do we want it to make sugar? Do we want it to make spider's eye? Do we want it to make whatever? And whatever you choose, it's going to remember which one you tell it. So like, let's tell it spider eye, since that's kind of our holdup for right now. So it's going to make a spider's eye. But if we take that one out and put it back in, it's going to remember we wanted spider's eye from that witch prediction. So you can pipe items into here, and you can have it process more than one prediction at a time, and it will just process the ones that come in, move on to the next one, and it will continue to spit it out. So let's see what zombie gives us the choice of. So zombie gives us a choice of rotten flesh, iron, carrots, or potatoes. Let's go with rotten flesh for the zombie one. And then these items can also be piped out of here. Same here for the skeleton predictions. We get bones, arrows, or skeleton skulls. I'm going to go skeleton skulls for this one, but you can always put one in and change it. So I'll show you that right now with the witch. So let's say we want sugar instead from the witch. We tell it before it finishes making it, now it's going to give us the sugar from our witch predictions. You just have to remember which one you have set up, or if you want to kind of round robin it, like maybe you wanted to make 2 witch data models and have them fed into separate loot fabricators, and you get your spider's eye and your sugar from witch predictions. That's totally a valid way to do that. Might even be what I end up doing if I continue to have a hard time finding spiders to kill, so that we can just get spider's eyes from the spider predictions. So this covers the hostile neural networks piece here, but the one like really kind of critical thing to understand is you're gonna need power, because each of these, if we go over here to our data model and we go to uses, it's gonna show you that it's gonna use a certain amount of power per prediction. So for the Enderman, it uses 512 FE per tick for the simulation matrix. For our creepers, for example, 128 FE a tick. We're not even making 512 FE a tick. So I think I'm going to take the Enderman one out to try and lower our power costs some. And we don't really need the creeper one right now either. So I'm going to pull that one out to save us on power. Witches are critical. They're 256 FE a tick. And let's see, we are getting 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to take a while for all of these buffers to fill up, but that's going to keep our constant power draw low, and it's going to let us get a bunch of the witch predictions built up in here, and that way we can make our spider's eye and sugar for our farm. And I'm going to keep working on getting the spiders on the data model, so we can probably just have witches and spiders running, and we will pipe that in over there. Or maybe once we get into magnets, we will be able to make the power over on our create island to run the simulation matrices over there to feed our biodiesel generator setups. So that gets us through simulation matrices. Let's take a look at our clipboard and see where that leaves us with the to-do list in here. So we covered the prediction matrix, the simulation chamber, and the loot fabricator. Now, automate biodiesel. Still at the top, still one of our top priorities. It is the biggest holdup on our progression of fully automating our sieves and whatnot. We need biodiesel generation going on automated so that we can move on and not have to continually think about, am I going to run out of biodiesel while this is happening or while that is happening? We've got to get that going, and these mob updates were critical for that. The next thing that I kind of want to get into is not on the clipboard. The pulverizer I do want to get into, but the next thing that we really need to get into here, let's clear up this, we need to make the source condenser. For the source condenser, we're going to need to make a fluid containment jar and another source relay. Let's go consult our storage and see what we have. We're only missing glass, and I do believe that in between episodes, Wooly stuck some glass in this furnace. I like that guy, man. He gets stuff together for me, makes me look like I know what I'm doing. Cool dude. All right, so there is our fluid containment jar. And then now we need a source relay, which we need a source gem block. Ooh, we're going to have to make more source gems. Source relay, and now a source condenser. The source condenser is going to allow us to get liquefied source, which, as you guys remember when we were talking about the roadmap for the future a couple episodes ago, liquefied source is one of the key pieces to a couple of different crafting recipes down the road from where we are. So I have no clue how this liquefied source jar works, but, well, it apparently just pulls source from a nearby jar and liquefies it. Ain't that spiffy? Let's grab a bucket, because I think the quest completion requires us to get a bucket of liquefied source. So let's grab that. Use our elytra to do a little gliding around the base. And there we have it. Now we've got liquid source. This is used in several things, but also is part of our quest progression for this line. It's going to give us another source jar, which we can use. I even made some of those in between, because when we leave this farm running, boy, oh boy, does it just fill up the source jars. It's great. We're getting a lot of drops too over here. Not the drops we needed, you know, not getting near as much spider's eye and sugar as we needed, but letting it run will fill this source back up for us in a hurry. So with the liquefied source, there's a couple of progression paths we can go. One of the next is making our rocket fuel so that we can go to space with Ad Astra. But we're a little ways away from space because we need to go through this fabric quest line here. We're going to have to make all of these different fibers, and we're going to have to get the assembly line going. I'm having FTB Genesis flashbacks, but we're going to have to get that going in order to make some of the materials for our spacesuits. So I think that is going to be a problem for another day, Wooly, but we could see if we want to get just a touch greedy, we might be able to, ooh, we need another machine frame. Do we have everything? Compressed iron, heavy engineering. Let's see if we've got all that. Yay, machine frames. All right, and then the next piece of this that we're missing is it wants some copper gears. So let's make a couple copper gears. That's not too bad. We've done that before. I'm gonna toss a bunch of this stuff in storage to make some room. Copper gears. We'll just grab out a little bit of copper there. We're gonna put up our stuff that is not needed currently in our inventory. Go ahead and put up these data models we're not gonna use. Just tidy up the inventory a bit so when we're looking for stuff, it's where we need it. Now, gears are the same no matter the metal, but we'll show you one more time. It's just like that, and then we push the button to get it to make us the gears. There's one, and I'm going to go ahead and make the other one, and I'll be right back with you. So there we have our 2 copper gears, and then that should allow us to make our pulverizer. I went ahead and crafted the redstone flux coil because we'd done that before. Pulverizer. It is basically a machine version of our Djinn guy. I think the only thing we can't make in it is obsidian dust, if I remember correctly. But this is once again going to add to our problem of power. Pulverizer runs on power, but it will pulverize all of our stuff for us. So if we come over here and we go to you'll see there are 33 recipes for the pulverizer. It can pulverize all sorts of materials for us to get dusts and blaze rods. Ooh, look at that. We get 3 blaze powder guaranteed if you pulverize blaze rods. Nice. But as you can see, I don't think, we'll click through, but I don't think obsidian is on the list of things it'll smash. Nope, no obsidian. I don't believe we have any other method of getting that obsidian dust that is going to be automatable for a little bit. Well, mechanical squeezer from from Integrated Dynamics will do it, but it is 4800 RF per, and that is a good bit of RF for us. We can do it in the multi-servo press. Okay, there's our path for it. Wait, no. Block of obsidian. I don't know where we get that from, so maybe not. Enrichment chamber. Aha, mechanism is how we automate it. Cool. I think I had that here for this reason, and then it was looking at too, so we need electron tubes, steel casings. We don't have osmium. Osmium's going to be the holdup. You got to get to platinum for making osmium, and I think to make platinum, we have to go to space first. So I think this is going to bring us to a good finishing point for today's episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I know I'm enjoying having so many people watching and seeing that. It's exciting for me for all the work that I'm putting in. So smash that like button if you haven't already. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing and you want future episodes, go ahead and hit subscribe. So when I drop the episodes, you'll be in the know. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.